Take you live to the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese.
To make sure as well that we listen to Australians wherever they live, whoever they voted for. We will be a government that represents the entire nation, and I want to bring the country together and concentrate on what unites us rather than look for division, which is what characterised the former government. This morning, of course, we went to Rio Tinto, the Yarwun alumina refinery. That's a great example of the opportunity that is there from acting on climate change, moving towards powering with renewables, with some insurance to make sure that there's also that stability in the grid that they're working with the Queensland Government on. What you are seeing there is a massive investment of billions of dollars to come to make sure that Australia continues to be a country that makes things and that we make things right here in central Queensland. It's no accident that our plan for Powering Australia, which will create 604,000 new jobs by 2030, will have 5 out of every 6 of those jobs created in regional Australia. And what Rio Tinto see is the enormous opportunity to not just continue to do what they're doing, but to expand into the future. This is an enormous opportunity, and right here in regional Queensland is the centre of that opportunity. I also want to make some comments before I ask Chris and Tony to add on a matter which was at the heart of the election campaign. And at the heart of the election campaign, I was asked whether I would welcome a decision by the Fair Work Commission to increase the minimum wage by just $1. And today they have done just that. And when I was asked would I welcome a decision, I said absolutely. And I absolutely welcome today's decision of a 5.2% increase granted by the Fair Work Commission to all those who are on the minimum wage. That lifts the minimum wage up by just $1.05 an hour, or $40 a week. It makes a difference to people who are struggling with the cost of living. And it justifies our position that we took in making a different submission to the Fair Work Commission that said we did not want people who are on the minimum wage to go backwards. And the Fair Work Commission, having assessed the impact on the economy, having made an assessment based upon all the submissions, has chosen 5.2%, which is why we didn't put a precise figure on it. We just said we didn't want people to go backwards, and I welcome that. The truth is that many of those people who are on the minimum wage are the heroes who saw us through the pandemic. These workers deserve more than our thanks. They deserve a pay rise, and today they've got it.
Thanks very much, Prime Minister. I wanted to give a brief update on the operation of the national energy market today. I'm very pleased that we have been able to avoid so far any significant load-shedding events or, of course, any blackouts. I am also pleased that AEMO advises me that will likely continue to be the case, that we will be able to avoid any load-shedding events or any blackouts. Of course, that is subject to any unexpected outages in the system. As I've said repeatedly this week, the system is under pressure. We have administered pricing in Queensland, New South Wales, South Australia and Victoria, and that is leading to market outcomes which are requiring AEMO to intervene very heavily into the market. And yesterday, AEMO directed more than 5,000 megawatts into the market. Using their powers, they directed generators to bid into the market and to generate more than 5,000 megawatts across the national energy market. As I said, AEMO advises that the situation continues to remain, that load shedding and blackouts are unlikely, but continues under very active management. I've made clear to AEMO that the government supports any action that they choose to take to effectively manage the situation in the best interests of Australian consumers, whether they be big industrial consumers or residential consumers. AEMO, as the market operator, has this government's full support. They continue to actively consider their options, and they will make further announcements relating to options that they may need to undertake to ensure the continued efficient operation of the national energy market to ensure reliable supply to all Australia's energy suppliers. This has been under very active management by the government, in close consultation with our state and territory colleagues, in close operation with the Australian Energy Regulator. As you know, yesterday I said the Energy Regulator had written to every generator reminding them of their obligations, and our regulators continue to very actively manage the situation with the government's full support.